Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We have in the pleasure of our midst Mr. I.K. Magwu of Cumbrian Consult. I.K., welcome and thanks for coming to the Ausso Leadership Academy.
Thank you very much, Justin. Always a pleasure.
Please, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Okay, well, I'm a retired banker. I spent over 20 years in the banking industry. I started my working life in a company called Arthur Andersen, which today is KPMG, and qualified as an accountant. I'm a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Accountants, Nigeria. And currently, after retiring from banking, I'm running a management consulting firm where I specialize in financial advisory, human capital, governance.
And we had a beautiful class that combined finance and governance.
Absolutely.
What's your experience of the Ausso Leadership Academy?
I think, I've said it to a number of people, and I think it's a wonderful thing that is being done. And I say this, without fear or favor. We need institutions and people who can build leadership in this environment. And part of what is being done here is exactly that, trying to get people to understand how to run businesses properly, how to lead properly. The experience has been great, and I sincerely trust that it will continue that way.
And you, despite your busy schedule, you've been volunteering your time here as a faculty and as a champion. Absolutely. What's the motivation?
The motivation, Austin, is one that I'm sure you and I share, and that is that we are interested in seeing this economy develop. And the only way it can develop is by the people who run it. There's politics and there's economics. Economic leadership will get us there quickly, because ultimately economics will determine what we are in this country. And my major motivation is that I would like to see a Nigeria of the future where our children can actually aspire to their dreams, and not one where they will all want to leave the country after a while, because that is happening today too often. So my motivation, just as I'm sure is yours, is to build a Nigeria of our dreams, and that is economically and politically.
We're even talking about children going abroad and not coming back, but now we're even seeing people that are in comfortable jobs also migrating.
Yes.
And,
yes.
What would you have to say to them?
Those people in comfortable jobs migrating, the reason they're migrating is now, it's not about person anymore. It's about the environment. They're comfortable, as you've just pointed out, but the environment is such that they're not comfortable living in this environment, and therefore they're looking for a place where they can feel comfortable. So it's our duty to make sure that that environment becomes the kind where they will be comfortable, and where they'll be confident that they can rely on merit to guide them and to make them successful. So I think that for all of us, I think it's a responsibility that we have, especially for those of us who have spent quite a number of years working already. So we're not at the beginning of our careers, we're getting to the end of our careers. So our responsibility is to make sure that those people who are coming behind us can actually look forward to something. They can aspire to something more than what we have been used to.
And you spent over 9 years schooling outside, and yet you came back, make your home here and contribute.
Absolutely.
What would you say about people that feel that unless you go out to maybe a program overseas, similar to this, but the cost is significantly higher, £8,000 and the ticket and the fare. Would you say that this will meet the standard of what they're looking for out there, and would you recommend this to them?
Absolutely, absolutely. The reason why we went out at the time that we did was because we couldn't find what perhaps our parents thought were the kind of experience that they wanted us to have. But going out and coming back shows that ultimately for us, the intention was always to come back. The intention of going out was to gather more experience, more knowledge, and to be able to come back and share it, and to be able to come back and use it. So going out, very good, but coming back, absolute necessity, so that we can actually contribute something. But we need to make the environment such that it will do. And I think that this academy, incidentally, is trying to build that kind of environment. There's very few places I have seen so far that are providing this kind of interaction and this kind of mentoring. I mean, we just finished a class now, and I was amazed to see that some of these younger people actually are interested in governance, contrary to what we used to think. They are interested in governance. They're interested in doing things right. You know, so I'm looking forward to being able to continue to mentor and to be able to add and contribute to what you're doing here, because I think that what you're doing is uncommon. A lot of people will not do it because it's a lot of sacrifice. You're here morning till night. You're here probably on a Saturday and maybe even on Sundays. It's a lot of sacrifice. But the more of us that can contribute to that sacrifice, even in our own little way, the more we'll get to that environment where we all will feel happy and comfortable.
You're big on environment, and I think
absolutely,
it's important. How would
absolutely.
you describe the ambience?
It's super. It's comparable to, I've been in, I mean, without being immodest, I've been in 3 major schools all over the world, where you have the Harvard Business School, the Side Business School in Oxford, and then INSEAD. In terms of what you have here, the lecture room, the theater facilities, the other operating and administrative facilities, quite honestly, it compares very favorably. There's really, the only thing which I'm now looking for you to do, Austin, is to now consider maybe accommodation facilities for longer courses. I know it's a tough one, but think about it. Maybe, you never know. You might get to a point where you think you need it.
We did have 2 people come from Ghana and Uganda, and we have an arrangement with a hotel here in Lekki.
Absolutely.
But possibly we'll have
in future, it's for the future. Yes, it's for the future. It has to be economic, of course. I understand that. So no 2 ways about it. It must be economic. But it just makes for a better interaction, where people now, they're together in the morning, afternoon, in the evening. They have opportunities to have their study groups and stuff like that. But like I said, honestly speaking, you have a great facility here, and I can only imagine that it will get better with time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Thank you. My pleasure.
Inspiring the delegates.
My pleasure. Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you too.